live directly from the Sunshine State in Florida. Welcome everybody. This is the time for the warm-up show, 6 o'clock p.m. Thursday, April 7th, 2022. Happy Thursday, happy Thanksgiving Day. And we have to find our co-host directly from Toronto, Ontario, Mr. ENORTAP in the house tonight.
Hey, hello, Coach. Hello, Hockey Nation family. Great to be here on a
welcome aboard. Before we start, because she always stop by to with our delicious meal and recipes, I invite everybody to join the Lisa D Delight Show YouTube channel creator. She does an amazing, great job about all this fun meal. And if you all love all the New Orleans stuff, you're going to find a way to get all the great stuff, Mr. ENORTAP. Maybe Danny should not go there, because Danny, if he go there now, he's going to be like crazy about that one there. But we just want to welcome her, a part of the show, Mr. ENORTAP. So welcome aboard the Lisa D in the house.
Welcome, Lisa.
And we have directly the Toronto Maple Leaf fans, Mr. Bryce Garrett in the house.
Hey, Bryce, how are you?
From Finland, welcome back, Yamover Tannen.
Yarmo, more.
What? Not that one over there. My keyboard was not playing.
You are awesome.
Not that one again. Jesus, Mr. ENORTAP. What's going on with my keyboard? But we're talking about Mr. Danny Butterbean T in the house.
Hey, Daddy.
He's ready to rock and roll. And she's back.
You are awesome.
That's what I'm talking about. Miss Kelly in the house tonight. And
Kelly.
we have our friends Luciano GRAZIANO in the house tonight.
Hey, Luciano, how are you?
You know what, if you think about this, Mr. ENORTAP, like,
Yeah.
I think it's a great match. Luciano GRAZIANO, like the trainer of Butterbean, like it's an Italian stuff. It's like the corner. He pushed Danny to go, and you know, because Danny have to get out of the shack if ever he want to play another match, boxing match at some point. So I think Luciano can pushing him at some point. So we'll be interested. It's a story we have to follow up the next couple of weeks. But I believe Luciano could be the one at the corner for Danny T at some point. But talking about the corner, we're not talking about the upstate north. Welcome back, Mr. Jose Duarte in the house.
Hey, Jose, how are you?
And finally, he's back in the house. Don't know what's going on with him, but we miss him. That's the only thing we can tell him. The morning is call him Dan. The evening we call him DIXON. Automobile Group in the house.
Hey, Dixon. Welcome.
And we have to welcome back the insider, all the update around the everything baseball, the master, the NCAA, the Frozen Four, where the score right now is a 1-1 between the Denver
1-1.
and the Michigan. I'm watching the game live. I'm talking about Mr. RJ Calabro Sports.
RJ, how's it going? Go Jays, go.
You know, Mr. ENORTAP, we know he's from New Jersey area.
Yes, we do.
I don't know. I never heard him said to us which team he likes in hockey.
He likes the Yankees.
He loves the
in hockey.
Yankees.
In hockey, I think he's a New York Ranger fan, if I'm not mistaken.
That's something we'd love to hear about that one over there. So we'll say, but talking about the New York Yankees, we're not talking about the Utah. I'm talking about the Kings, the Los Angeles King, the Crypto.com building. I'm talking about Ron with Kings 20 in the house.
Welcome.
Everything is big over there. He's going to be back with us tonight because he's playing tonight right now. The Devils playing in the Montreal Canadiens. I'm talking about number one fans of the Devils. I'm talking about Jose LANHAM.
Hey, Joseph. How's it going?
You're welcome, Lisa. It's a pleasure to see you around. And now he's back in the house, Mr. Francois Pitre. Welcome back, Frankie. You're welcome, Luciano.
Comment ça va?
Danny, Yanni, I tried to get the people go there. And Mr. Pierre Pete Martin is in the house.
Hi, Pierre. How's it going?
Oh, Dixon is busy right now. He's getting trained to run a body shop, coach. A lot to learn.
That's good. Good stuff.
Yeah. I don't know how this works, honestly. I'm not good at colors, first of all. Never been good to, no. Good luck. That's the only thing I can tell you right now. Good luck about that one over there. Here we go. Confirmed. It's officially confirmed, Mr. ENORTAP. He loved the New York Rangers, the New York Yankees, and the New York Giants. RG, thank you so much, buddy. I love the Yankees, honestly. Giants, I just love the San Francisco Giants. So I don't know what's going on with the New York Giants. And the New York Rangers, not too bad. It's for the top 6 original team is the one I would say it's okay. Now, maybe not the Leafs or maybe not the Bruins, but them it's okay. And Richard Mullen, the Stanley comic in the house tonight.
Hey, Richard.
But before we start, we have to congratulate Luciano, Roundwood Kings, Steve G, 4-1, Mr. ENORTAP last night, Andy Kuivula, Kelly, Danny, Richard Mullen, John Gregor, and François Pitre, and also Pierre Martin with a really good record of 3-2. And me and you, it was close. So Andrew, Eternal Render, I don't know what's going on with him. He's not here right now. Yamo and Joseph, 2-3. And finally, for the third time, back to back with his friend Jose Duarte. He is back in the jail. Not miser. They are back in the jail again. Nooner, stay in the jail again for 3 days. Back to back with Mr. Jose Duarte with a 1-4 last night. I don't know what's going on about that. Danny's going to be he's going to be bankruptcy right now because he put Nooner every morning out of the jail. And he returned right away. I don't know what's going on. He go back at the same place over there. Congratulations, Joseph is out of the Portland jail. And
I think
Kelly.
I think Danny's picking for Nooner, and that's why he keeps doing poorly.
That's possible. I think the account of Nooner is jacked by Danny, and Danny picked for him. That's what happened. But also we have to congratulate some people also because Richard Mullen got a 28 yesterday, Mr. ENORTAP. Kelly got 2 right scores yesterday. Congratulations, Kelly. And then we have me. I think Yamo got a right score yesterday also. And then I have to go with François Pitt, I believe, or Richard Pierre Martin. Jeez, I cannot remember everybody when I put there. Pierre Martin, Yamo, Luciano, and you and me, Kelly, or 2. I won. Fantasy is not here yet, but Eternal Render was his first night. He got Elias Peterson. I apologize for that squeeze name, but he got 6 points. And finally, Richard Mullen with 28. That's conclude Mr. ENORTAP. It does give us the leaderboard of the day. I changed the leaderboard because now we're getting a little bit more people. So we're going to have only the week. At the weekend, we're going to show you this only one time. But yesterday, Mr. Luciano take the lead with 18-8, Mr. ENORTAP. Following by Yamo, Richard Mullen, John Gregor at 16, Roundwood King, Danny T at 15, and the rest are right there at the bottom. Don't worry about 137-222. You have to play 3 times per week anyway. Steve G and 2 times is pretty good at 7-2, but otherwise, that's conclude Mr. ENORTAP, the leaderboard at that moment for the month of April. Congratulations, everybody. Thanks for joining us tonight. That'd be awesome about that. So that's what we at that moment. We have some people talking about what's going on. Coach, I'm 4-1.
Delorier?
I have to check this because they're 1-4 and 4-1. It's a really big difference right there. About that one over there. Um, for what I have here, I have Vegas 5-2 Jose. I'm sure you have Calgary. Everybody have got Calgary. And not true. You have St. Louis. Everybody got St. Louis yesterday. You took Anaheim.
Detroit. He took Anaheim. Anaheim lost. How about Detroit?
And now he got, I apologize, he got Detroit right there. So I have 2 right here. Then I can get him also the Washington. I cannot see my bar right, my line over there, but he got 2. So officially that get him out of the jail, Mr. ENORTAP.
Okay, that's good.
So that's what happened about that one over there. Mr. Vancouver Eternal, you have a 5-2. Yep, you got 5-2 about that one over there. Maybe usually it's Nick, but now it's Kate. Blackhawks fan 97, welcome aboard. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Welcome, guys.
Thank you. It's 5-2 right there. Doug Wilson to step down as general manager, Mr. ENORTAP. What do you think about that?
19 years. You know what? I think in a way it's a little bit overdue. I always figured he did a great job building that San Jose franchise, and they did very well during the regular season, and then came to the playoffs, with the exception of I think once where they went to the conference final. They always disappointed, and now they find themselves in a very precarious situation in terms of the cap and having to rebuild from scratch again. So. I mean, good career for Wilson, but I think it's time for somebody new, some fresh blood.
Who do you expect you can go there?
That's a very good question. I don't think they're in any rush right now. I mean, he just announced his retirement. They'll wait. Obviously, they would like to have somebody in place before the draft. That would be very important, because that person will try to draft according to their vision of what the team should look like going forward. But offhand, I don't know. There's a couple possibilities, but we'll wait and see.
Yeah, possible about that one first. We're going to bring you right away, Mr. ENORTAP. We have a long night, 10 game, I believe, on the schedule. So we have a lot of things going on around. So we're going to go right there. And let's start it right away with that. It's your song. It's time for what? It's time for what, Coach? It's time for the face-off, and ENORTAP is coming on the middle of the ice. Drop that puck here for everybody. The 16,000 in the chat right now, screaming to ENORTAP, drop that puck. What pay attention the last 24 hours, Mr. ENORTAP. Tell us a little bit more what's going around the league. Let's dive in right away about that one over there. And here we go.
Well, Coach, I gotta admit, I'm very shocked. Shocked because I really thought I'd probably go 4-1 or 5-0 even last night. Some of these scores to me did not make any sense. Like when you look at a team like Detroit, who had played on a back-to-back, and Winnipeg, who had just recently had
maybe you don't know, but everybody thought the same way when you listen to you say they talk because of you. They go all 5-0.
Well, maybe that's why they're doing well. But it's crazy because you think Winnipeg, even if they know that they're not that close, they still had a chance. But these are the kind of games they should have won at home against a team that have been playing on a back-to-back, and it didn't happen. I mean, great on Detroit that who have not been a strong road team over the last 2.5 years, came into Winnipeg and really put it to them. The other game, I thought after all we had seen of Tampa Bay, I figured, you're finally playing a team in Washington that you can match speed-wise, and so you should control this game. And credit to Washington. They came in, they scored a couple of quick goals. They took control of that game completely. And the other one that totally shocked me as well was Vegas. I mean, talk about urgency and the necessity to have to win a game when you're in that race for the final wild card spot, and you're playing a Vancouver team who did not have a great road record. And then over their last 10 games, you can tell the sort of the umph had come out of their game. And Vancouver schools them 5-1. I don't get it. The other two games I totally understand, and they went the way we thought, but those three, it was quite a surprise in my eyes. Maybe people have a different way of looking at it, but it was a bit of a shock to me.
That's it.
That's it for now.
Nothing else.
We got a lot of games tonight.
Anybody have a milestone last night? I did not remember. I was busy with other things. Oh, by the way, the fact maybe we can tell you that because you always said the last 24 hours. What do you think about the performance, or what do you think about Marco D'Amigo today as guest of the Hockey National Show?
Absolutely fantastic, Coach. Very knowledgeable, well-spoken individual. Kudos to you for bringing him in. I think many of our Hockey Nation family that tuned in today at noon really enjoyed it. I made a point of trying to put aside some time so that I can listen to the full podcast. A very nice man. He also left his Twitter handle, so you can follow him. And if you had questions, he'd be very open to answering them for you. So take advantage of that if you can. And he will be coming back, as Coach told us today. So we look forward to that, especially as the playoffs are around the corner.
Absolutely right about that. So maybe possible we could get him live from the NHL draft in Montreal during the summer. So it would be great if we can have a chance to see that. He is with MontrealHockeyNow.com. That's honestly, you can reach him on Twitter under at M like Mike, N like Nancy, D'Amico. That's how you can reach him. So, and of course, we're going to give if you go on the video, you can get all the under the description, everything like that. We have a few people join us, Mr. ENORTAP. He's back with the red carpet. But now the red carpet is maybe not the right direction, because at the end of the carpet, he take the wrong door. I'm talking about Mr. Nooner in the house.
Is this your one free call, Nooner?
Jose, after verification with Smith and Deluit, after the call, I just make a phone call with them. They confirm you are 3W, Jose, and 2. Look like the last game you took is Vegas, but confirm now it's a 3W for Jose Duarte out of the jail, and we're going to make your leaderboard changing at the end of the day, so don't worry about that. Thanks to let us know. And don't be shy. You don't affect me. It's just like sometime, with about like, I don't know, many pick we got. Could be different way, and it's all good, no problem. And we have Mr. Cipolo Philo in the house.
Welcome. And Coach, I know even I think Kate joined us as well today.
Kate will join us, and also we have well, I just losing.
Welcome.
No, it's like Ryan Basque. Ryan Basque, welcome aboard.
And Eternal Render.
And Eternal Render at the bottom of you can see you are the right place. You win the fantasy player about that one of the coach. You just like to scare people on the jail. I know Yamo, but look like now it's a new resort for an owner. And is a spot in a resort for an owner. So that's where you like to go there, but nobody went there. I'll be honest with you. I was close, me too, to get there. And finally, I watched Calgary just the end. I said, gee, I'm going to the jail right now. What's going on here? And I would put the blame on ENORTAP anyway. But, at the end of the day, that's what happened. So thanks for Mr. ENORTAP. We have already 6:22. I know usually we start 5:30, 35, but 10 game, and then we do the game live stream, play by play. And we want to watch a couple of the game, of course. And so I want to mention everybody, I have no show tomorrow, 12 o'clock. I'm at a hockey tournament tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock. So I'm going to miss, but I'll be back tomorrow night with you, Mr. ENORTAP. Tomorrow night, very important game tomorrow night. I'm excited to see this. Minnesota Wild versus St. Louis Blues.
Big game.
He's going to have a lot of hammer in the building tomorrow night for sure. So I'm going to do that game. That's the reason why. And then Sunday night, we invite everybody to join us. The Power Play Show at 9 o'clock p.m. It's all about the worst and the best player for each team. And maybe you don't know yet, but what you do, you're going to, me and Andrew is going to bring players, and then you're going to comment on that players and vice versa with your conference versus our conference. So just want to mention about that. And that's it. I don't talk anymore, Mr. ENORTAP. But by the way, maybe nobody know about what's going on here, but ENORTAP is he have a lot of skill. ENORTAP have an amazing, great career sport as an athlete when he played and when he was born in Ontario. He grew in different sport. He played hockey, baseball, football, golf, and volleyball, and he done that. So when he started his first master, he was a golf master in Augusta. It was in 1941, and he started to play there with I think at that moment it was Palmer or Ben Hogan. I'm not sure, but right now you can see the focusing on his putt at the old number 17. He was right now at that moment, the Sunday afternoon. Yeah. He was tied as the third, like only minus one shot behind the leader, Ben Hogan. And finally, 1957, 54, he finished second. But I just want to mention, congratulations, Mr. ENORTAP. Like we said, Coach. You have a lot of talent around everything you do.
That was about 50 pounds ago. Yeah, about right.
We just want to sharing that, but I want to be a little bit more serious, guys, everybody. I really care about what's going on around the world. We know we don't talk a lot about something. I just want to say that pretty amazing for those young men. They still continue to play hockey right now outside the country, and they keep their mindset at the right spot, the right player. I don't want to read everything like that, but whatever is going on in their own country, to see this, Mr. ENORTAP, to continue to focusing on what they love to do every single time. So it's pretty amazing for those young Ukrainian players. They are out to another country outside to continue to play hockey. So I just want to mention that part over there. And finally, right now at that moment, the Frozen Four, 2-game tonight. And we have, at that moment, 1-1 at the end of the second period, Michigan-Denver. I'm pretty sure Steve G is watching this game, Mr. ENORTAP. And that's it.
Yeah, probably.
I don't want to talk more about this one over there. Now, we did a new strategy here. Mr. ENORTAP and me, he does not know my score, and I don't know his score. But what I did, Mr. ENORTAP, I did not open up your score, but I select your 10 team, your 10 selection already set up.
My 10 teams, okay.
All right, so I want to see if I'm going to get it or not.
Okay.
Does it make sense?
I think we'll find out after the first.
But you understand what I mean? So I already picked your team. So when you said example like Nashville, Ottawa, you're going to tell us, and then your name is already set up. So your team. But I did not do the game, the point, so the score. So maybe we're going to skip some score, but I just want to let you know.
Okay, sounds good. We'll try to get through this as quickly as we can as well.
Don't worry about that. We have time. We can show up at the second period.
Okay, so our first game on the board tonight is Nashville and Ottawa. Again, big game for Nashville. The Predators, they look to strengthen their hold on the top wild card slot when they visit Ottawa tonight. Currently, they hold that spot with Vegas and Dallas in hot pursuit. The security of a top 3 division finish is also still quite possible for Nashville. They would like to reach that position where they're either in second or third. It makes life a lot easier and it guarantees their entry. But they have to continue to play very good hockey, and they don't have the easiest of schedules the rest of the way. The Predators, though, are 10-5-0 in their last 15 games. Saros has been playing out of his mind at .921 save percentage of .256 goals against. He's one of the league leaders in games played at 58, and he's likely to start again tonight. I hadn't gotten a confirmation on that yet, but I think they were leaning strongly in that direction. Yossi, I mean, what can we say? This guy's as a defenseman, he's up to 84 points, putting him just one shy of matching the Nashville single season franchise record held by a forward at 85 points. Do you remember who? Paul Kariya. So that's big shoes right there. And also, we'll see if Roman Yossi can hit that elusive 100 point mark. There aren't a lot of games left, and the last defenseman that probably did that, I don't know. I'm venturing to say that's a good question. I stumped myself on that one. Do you know, Coach?
Wait, I'm sorry?
The last defenseman to hit 100 points? Probably.
Paul Coffey.
Yeah, he did. I know he did it a couple times. Yeah, it could very well be. I thought there was somebody just after that time era, but I'll look it up later. The Predators now have won 8 of their last 11 meetings that they've played against the Senators, including a recent 4-1 win. Ottawa's last win was that 6-3 road win over Montreal on Tuesday. Ottawa's 8 for 28 on their power play over the last 9 games. And, guys like Josh Norris has 9 points and a 6-game point streak going. Matthew Joseph has 9 points during his 3 games, and all were multi-point efforts as well. And Forsberg has been playing extremely well for them. However, okay, so what do you predict, Coach? What do you think I'm going to go with?
First of all, from Yamo, he said Brian Leetch.
Brian Leetch, yes. He's absolutely right. He's the last one that hit 100.
Nashville 4-2.
I actually took Nashville 3-1.
3-1. Well, the score is
3-1.
not select, but it's the...
Okay, the team.
Yeah. So okay. I just want to share with that.
Perfect. So next, we have Le Canadien and New Jersey playing in New Jersey. The Devils' current homestand has been a bit disappointing after the team won 6 of its previous 7 games at home. They're really an injury-depleted team. They aim to snap a 4-game winless skid themselves when they play the finale of a 4-game homestand against Montreal. Recently, they squandered a 4-goal lead in the 3rd period to to Florida. But as we know, they're not the only victims of squandering big leads like that at the hands of Florida. Jack Hughes, unfortunately, he's going to miss the rest of the year with that low-grade MCL sprain in his left knee. That's too bad because he had just about completed a very successful campaign this year and looked to be coming into form. But we wish him the best, and I'm sure he'll return to great form again next season. The Canadiens, their road woes continue as they are now 9, 20, and 7 away from home. Only the Devils have fewer road wins than they do. Montreal made a bit of a pit stop at home after a recent 4-game trek, and that 6-3 loss to Senators. Gallagher came back, which was good to see. He contributed with a goal and an assist in that game. Caulfield continues to put up the points right now. I think he's up to 7th in rookie scoring. And even his goals, I think he's in 5th or 6th place now to go along with that. So this game here, Coach?
Hold on.
What do you think I went with?
This one was not sure, to be honest with you. I said, but I said I go with 3-2, and I gave you Montreal also.
No, I went New Jersey this time.
The
5-4.
only thing you get with Montreal with them is because they won the first two games. But
Yeah, I was tempted. I was tempted to go Montreal, but
what's the score?
5-4.
Oh,
I
I
think
have
it'll be
five. I have
a
5-2.
high scoring game.
All right.
So you're 1 for 1 so far.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, next game we have the Rangers and Pittsburgh. A big matchup here tonight. The Penguins, in visiting the Rangers tonight, conclude a stretch of 3 meetings in under 2 weeks between their rival. As it stands right now, the second place Rangers and third place Penguins are in line to meet in the first round of the playoffs. So these games, not only are they playing for positioning and home ice, of course, they also want to send out a message to each other. So with only a few weeks left in, not even weeks, a couple of weeks left in the regular season, this game could go a long way in determining who gets that home ice advantage in the series. Pittsburgh also has something to prove since they lost the previous 2 times to the Rangers, 5-1 at Madison Square Gardens, and then they lost 3-2 just 4 days ago at home. Pittsburgh has lost 5 of its last 7 games. This concludes or includes getting swept in the home and home series against the Avalanche, which was or still is the top team in the NHL. New York dropped back-to-back games before bouncing back Tuesday with that 3-1 win over the Devils. Shesterkin secured the win in the 2 recent games against Pittsburgh. But really, overall, he's kind of come down to earth a little bit. He's 4-1 in his last 9 games with a 3.11 goals against and an 886 save percentage since March 10th, I believe. So we'll see what happens here. Coach, any ideas who I went with?
Yeah. Rangers.
You got it. New York 3-2.
All right. Sound good?
3-2. 3-2. Not okay.
Got it?
Perfect. And next we have Philadelphia and Columbus. The Blue Jackets found ways to lose games over a 7-game stretch before reversing the trend on Tuesday. Justin Danforth scored the go-ahead goal with just 6 minutes remaining in the third period to lift Columbus to that 4-2 win over the Philadelphia Flyers. The Blue Jackets now will host the Flyers again to complete this home and home series that they're involved in. We've been seeing a lot of these home and homes, just the way the schedule's gone, and also because of the games that were postponed earlier on in the year. So that's why they're coming up with such frequency. Merzlikins made 47 saves, including some really awesome saves that were, just highlight moments. Carson Mayer scored the first goal of his career and added an assist to help Columbus snap an 0-4-3 streak. The task now is to try and repeat that feat again and sweep the Flyers tonight. The Flyers will look to rebound from another loss on Thursday. Even though they registered a season-high 49 shots on goal, they went 0-4 on the power play and lost that game, of course. So what do you have here, Coach?
I don't know yet. I took Columbus 5-2. I gave you Columbus.
You're good, Coach. 4-3.
4-3. The score
4-3.
you have is the score last night, so that's why they are. I did not set up your score, so
Yeah, it's okay.
yeah.
Okay, but the key thing is you got 3 out of the 4 teams right. Okay. Or wrong, depending on how we look at it.
Yeah.
Tomorrow morning. Next, who do we have? Buffalo and Carolina. Carolina looks to rebound when they host the Sabres tonight. The Hurricane dropped a 4-2 decision to the Sabres on Tuesday in the opener of their home-and-home series. So there's another series that's gone that direction. Carolina has lost 2 in a row now, and they're 4-5-3 in its past 12 games. Carolina hasn't lost 3 games in regulation since November 28th, I believe it was. So this would be a huge point in the negative for Carolina here. They're currently nursing a 2-point lead over the Rangers and entering this game tonight. The Sabres' triumph was just the latest for the club against a quality opponent. Like in the last 17 games, Buffalo's gone 10-4-3. And listen to some of these victories. They beat the Leafs, they beat Calgary, they beat Nashville, they beat Pittsburgh, they beat Carolina. Like just some great promise from this young team that's coming of age, I would say. It hasn't been the easiest of seasons for forward Victor Olufsen, who missed 3 weeks with an upper body injury back in November. Even when he came back, you could tell it affected his shooting. It really hindered it for several months after he returned. But Olufsen has, I got to say, he's found his game again. His goal against the Hurricane was his 4th in the past 5 games and 9th in the past 17 games. And, quietly he's gotten to a respectable 16 total goals for the season. So, your prediction for me, Coach?
Yep. It was an easy one.
Yeah. I tried to steer, and then you got the score right too. Okay, very good.
I was a score too.
Yeah. Okay, next, Seattle and Chicago. What can I say? Could either be very exciting or you might need your pillow. We'll see. The good news, well, the Blackhawks plan to sign a Hall of Famer tonight. However, the bad news is that Hall of Famer, who's Marian Hossa, won't be able to play for Chicago tonight when they host Seattle. Um, what can you say about Marian Hossa? Like this guy, he was inducted into the Hall of Fame in November. What he's trying to do right now, he plans to sign a 1-day contract and retire as a Blackhawk. He played the franchise. He helped the franchise actually capture 3 Stanley Cups in 2010, 2013, and 2015. He finished with over 1,100 points in his career, and he played just over 1,300 games. And he played for a variety of teams besides Chicago. He started off his career in Ottawa, then went to Atlanta when Atlanta was still in the league. Then he played for Pittsburgh and Detroit as well. And his career was sort of ended a bit short back in 2016. He had a skin disorder that brought him to that decision. So unfortunately, he could have really had even better stats than he currently ended up with, but a great career overall for him. The Blackhawks really could use him on the ice. They've lost 5 in a row, including a 3-2 overtime defeat to Arizona on Sunday. The Kraken, well, they'll be playing the second game of a back-to-back set after losing 4-1 to St. Louis last night. So they're on a back-to-back here. Seattle struggled to keep out of the penalty box. They gave up 6 power play opportunities. And they were kind of lucky because St. Louis only can convert on one of those 6. Um, uh, they had a couple of power plays themselves, the Kraken, but couldn't convert and couldn't make a game out of it at all. So for this game, Coach,
Yeah, hold on, I just finished another
this
one
was a
here.
tough one. It was a tough one for me too. This one,
Um, Honestly, I don't know why I give you Seattle. I don't know why.
because you could read my mind. That's why you are absolutely correct. 5-4. Okay, and it brings us to one of the great games of the night. Hopefully, it'll turn out to be that. Toronto and Dallas, both teams are need these points, looking to continue their run of strong play. The Stars try to avoid a
Just want to
second.
stop you a little bit because I
Sorry, yeah.
apologize. We have breaking news. Sidney Crosby, John Marino, Radin Zahona, all out for the Pittsburgh tonight. We welcome Kadem Rasico with Mark Zock. And if I forgot you, another one, we apologize. But we welcome each one of you.
Welcome, guys. Good thing we took the Rangers.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're going to try to avoid a second loss in less than a month to the Maple Leafs. Dallas has won 7 of their last 9 games to remain in this mix for a playoff spot in the Western Conference. They rebounded from a rough 4-1 loss to Seattle, a game they really should have had, but they posted a 3-2 home win over the Islanders 2 nights later, and that was a very hard-fought game as well. Dallas' current run followed a run of 4 losses in 5 games, including a 4-0 loss to the Leafs on March the 15th. Shalgren has a 397 goals against average while going 1-2-0 in his last 4 starts. I believe last time I had checked, he was classified as likely to start this game. I see you have Campbell there, so it could go either way. What can we say? The Leafs, Matthews has been on a tear lately. More importantly, even Marner has been doing extremely well. These guys are on I think 5 or 6 game consecutive streaks right now, and they're really a major part of the offense. Guys like Tavares are starting to click now. William Nylander, depending on the night, has been involved as well. The Leafs right now are trying to hold on to that second place in the Atlantic, and they continue to get major contributions from those 2 stars, especially Marner and Matthews. Campbell, he struggled while posting a 450 goals against average in his last 7 appearances. For Dallas, it looks like it's Jake Ottinger with a 244 goals against, and he's won 5 of his last 7 starts. So this will be an interesting one to see what Coach thinks I would have said.
This is why I was not sure, honestly. I give you Dallas, but I did not know.
I took the Leafs.
No, doesn't want to go to jail. He took the Leafs.
I took the Leafs in this one 4-3, Coach. I figured they're upset after the last loss in Florida.
Sound good to me.
Okay, game number 8, Vancouver and Arizona. I'm laughing because I'm just I don't know what to expect from Vancouver right now. They just shocked me last night. They had a few injuries, and to come up that big in that game, against Vegas really shocked me. Arizona returned home after a 2-game Midwestern road swing, and following consecutive days off, the Coyotes will face the Canucks tonight. They're tied with Montreal with the fewest points in the NHL. Arizona was glad to have the 2-day break. Over the course of the previous 11 days, the Coyotes played 7 games, starting with a 4-2 defeat at the hands of the Flames back in March of 25th. In those matchups, all against Western competition, Arizona went 2-4-1, earning a 5-2 home win over the Sharks and a 3-2 overtime win over Chicago, and that was it, really. The Canucks have seen their playoff hopes wane due to 3-4-3 skid that began on March 17th, but they still dream of pulling off an incredible run down the stretch. Personally, I don't think it'll happen, but you got to give them credit that they haven't thrown in the towel yet and are going to go down, with a fight. The Predators, 8-point lead over Vancouver, and the Stars 7-point edge to me, are going to prove to be a little bit too much for them to come back from. So, what do you think, Coach?
Vancouver, 4-2.
Yes, 4-3
4-3. Okay.
for me.
We have to delete.
Okay, and while you're doing that, I'll just start with the next. I think this is the biggest game of the night: Edmonton and LA. McDavid, right now he's on a blazing hot run, so it stands to reason that the Edmonton Oilers are as well, heading into this game tonight against the Kings with some perfectly timed late season momentum, which they have been seeking almost all year long, really. And the last game that they won too, they did it without Draisaitl, who has been put on the sidelines, but it looks like it's day to day. I'm not sure. I didn't hear anything today whether he's returning tonight or not. So maybe somebody has and can let us know. McDavid carries a 14-game point streak into tonight. At a point that I think Edmonton really needs him the most, in my opinion. He's really got to be the superstar that the team pays him to be, and these are the kind of games that he has to step up and really improve. Not improve, but prove their value, of course. The Oilers are on a 5-game winning streak, and they just moved past the Kings into second place in the division with Tuesday's 2-1 overtime victory over the Sharks. The Kings enter off of a 3-2 home loss to the Calgary Flames, a defeat that came 4 days after an incredible come from behind victory over Calgary, 3-2. They've earned points in the 6 of their last 7 games before that Monday loss. And then when I dug a little bit deeper, I saw that Edmonton, first of all, are 5-0 in their last 5 games, and they're also 4-1 in their last 5 games against LA. However, LA is 15-3 in their last 18 games when playing at home against Edmonton. So where did I go, Coach?
This one, it was another one where I did not know, honestly. But hold on, I have to go find my team first of all. Jeez, what's my team? Don't go nowhere. I tried to get. There you go.
Nowhere.
I did 4-3, and I give you the Kings tonight.
Very
3-2.
good. Yeah, that last stat that I found where it said they were 15-3, The last 18 times they've played Edmonton at home kind of turned it around for me. I know that they're full of injuries right now, but they're going to pull it off tonight. And Quick is back in net, so that should prove to
What's the
be.
score?
I have them for 4-3. LA for 4-3. And our last game of the night, Calgary and San Jose. 2 victories to kick off a 4-game road swing have the Flames feeling good about themselves heading into San Jose. The Flames, who are 6 points ahead of Edmonton, certainly appear, back on track from that 3-game skid that ended their most recent homestand. After opening the trip with a 3-2 win over the Kings on Monday, the Flames beat the Ducks 4-2 on Wednesday. The Sharks have won all 3 meetings with Calgary so far this season, believe that or not, scoring at least 4 goals as well in each of those games. So the Flames know a California sweep won't be easy at all here. They're going to be in for a very tough game. The Flames, who have a dozen games remaining in their regular season, will conclude their road swing on Saturday against the Kraken, the first half of a home-to-home, home-and-home series with them. San Jose, which is coming off of a 2-1 loss to the Oilers on Tuesday, is winless in 4 games and has managed only 3 wins in the past 11 outings. So where do we go here?
Nowhere, because I'm putting stuff right there. But, I'll be honest with you. I give you Calgary
You got it.
4-2.
4-3. But
All right.
you got the right team. Not bad. You got 7 out of 10, I believe.
Yep. Now I'm behind.
Right. And I took the New York Rangers, and then Werenski and D'Angelo on defense from Carolina. And then my forwards, I took Lindholm, Panarin, and Austin Matthews.
Here we go. That's what we had tonight. That's great. The time you're going to conclude the show, Mr. ENORTAP, I'm going to continue what I'm doing here. And just continue to get what you're looking for tonight.
Sure, no problem, Coach. I think of these 10 games, there's really about 6 of them that have some kind of consequential impact on the standings and the race for the wild card, specifically in the West. The East, we know, is pretty much said and done. If we look at the game between Pittsburgh and the Rangers, I mean, even prior to the injuries that we just saw posted, it was going to be a very contested game, a very physical game matchup in both ends. I think the Rangers would love to solidify that second spot, and just send the message that they're the team to beat if they should meet up in that first round. So that's one that I'm really looking forward to. The other game, really, I want to see what kind of pushback Carolina has. They've been in the slumps just like Tampa Bay has recently. Maybe not to the same degree, but definitely they're not playing at the level that they should be playing at. And Buffalo has really impressed me over the last 2.5 weeks, especially with some of the victories that they've gotten with teams that are currently in the higher rankings of the NHL. So we'll see how that goes as well. Toronto Dallas should be. I think this will be a barn burner. Definitely take the over on this game. I think both teams will pretty much score at will. I think the Leafs, just because they sort of got manhandled in the latter part of the Florida game, will come out strong here. and hand Dallas a very costly loss. Their only hope, Dallas here, is that this game goes to overtime, so that at least they pick up that loser point, if indeed it goes the way we've sort of anticipated here. It could very well go the other way. I don't think the loss to Toronto would mean as much as it would for Dallas, so there's that to consider as well. And of course, the game of the night for me is going to be
All right, don't stop.
The Edmonton and LA game. I think this will be a physical game. My only concern is hopefully LA doesn't incur any further injuries. That's the last thing they need on their slate. They are they're standing by to get some reinforcements coming their way soon. Hopefully Doughty is not that far off as well. They could really use somebody that can log 25 to 28 minutes a night. This guy is a workhorse regardless of his age, and has been putting up points as well. So they could use him from the back end quite easily. Edmonton, I could see it. Even though I picked LA, I could see it going the other way as well, especially if Draisaitl is back in this game. I think he's kind of motivated to challenge Matthews for the Richard Trophy. So we'll see how it goes. But for now, I picked LA in that one, and it should be a great game.
That's awesome, Mr. ENORTAP. That concludes. One thing we did not do for you, Mr. ENORTAP, is your score.
68.
58?
68.
All right.
And you have?
64.
64. Okay.
Yep. So that's what we had at that moment. We reached everybody. I picked everything I could get. We have some people show up at the last minute. We welcome Main Girl Hockey. We got Jake and McAnewey. Then if we forgot which one of you, we apologize because it's happening. Denver just scored, by the way, 2-1 over the Michigan with 12:58. Can they make something special? We remember what he said, Marco. Denver would beat Michigan tonight. So it would be interesting to follow that one for sure about that. Mr. ENORTAP, it was great having you. 7 o'clock. We're going to go quick out here. And I will see everybody at 7:05 for another live stream show with the Hockey Nation Live Show. But before we leave, I want to remind everybody,
you are awesome. You are amazing. You are the best. And remember, you have greatness inside of you.
Yes, you have greatness inside of you. Thank you again, Mr. ENORTAP, for all your insight for each game, for the 10 game. But before we leave, we want to remind everybody, of course, be well, be healthy. Find a way not only dominate your day, find a way to dominate what, Mr. ENORTAP?
You're 2022.
Here we go. Have an amazing, great night, everybody. Good luck for all your predictions. See you tomorrow night.
Good night, Coach.
What's going on now? Is this another breakdown?